Hello, this is Mark with the Evolution of Warfare, Episode 6 for U.S. Civil War. Really appreciate some of the recent comments. A couple of errors. I know I've got to watch the Cautious Commander, the red box. I think I wouldn't notice the red box around the commander. And then I think I had an error on one where I miscalculated the Confederate strength, and I should have rolled an additional die or something to that effect. But I'm not going to go back and try to correct that. We'll just move forward. Sometimes in combat, orders go out and things don't happen, and so we just make a guess here that one commander just held back and didn't send his forces in or something to that effect. Again, this is a strategic game, so it could be any number of things. Weather could be involved. We could attribute the mistake to, but it was my error, and I do appreciate that being pointed out. So I'm going to pay a little bit more attention to the cautious commanders as well as the totals, and have a kind of work slow down. I think that's probably the other part, is I'm trying to go too fast and get these things done. The other thing is I was thinking about these previous 5 turns on the Confederate side. I think I've definitely done a disservice to the Confederates. I haven't utilized their cavalry as I probably should. I'm going to try to get a little bit more active. I know some of these, I've had a lot of single digit, like 1 per theater, and I've been trying to do some other bigger things other than sending cavalry out. But now that I'm, especially with the Union, I'm kind of going south into Tennessee and working on the Tennessee campaign right now. This is a way to thwart those plans and use the cavalry that's there. In fact, if we scroll out and go over here, I did move Morgan down, which is a good thing, but I'm not doing anything up in the Tennessee Valley. I could send over, and I don't have anything in Harper's Ferry or Strasburg, although I got 3 strength points with, what's this commander? Rosecrans up in the outside of the Shenandoah Valley that I could probably move in and down, but I've got an opportunity where I could probably take Harper's Ferry and Strasburg back. Because I've got Jackson and Burnside down here. But I do have a cavalry unit that I'm not using in Lee's army, and I need to get probably a little bit more aggressive with Lee and send portions of the force out to engage. So I'll be a little bit more mindful about that. But at any rate, so here we are, turn 6, which is the first summer turn of 1862. This is the time when Memphis falls. Interestingly, if you look here on the calendar, it shows different historical campaigns. Well, that may happen this turn. Memphis is certainly under the gun. The Army of the Tennessee can move down here along the river, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Within 2 activations, we can be down here and assaulting Memphis. I certainly have a naval force that could engage and probably eradicate the Confederate naval and contribute the dice roll modifier for that to attacking Memphis. So we could very well be on par with the calendar, some of it. If we're looking here, we've kind of had a Valley campaign, but it's the Union has worked out. We have not done the Peninsular campaign. We haven't. Now my other game, as the Union player, I have a different kind of Peninsular campaign. Some other things, Fort Donelson, it took a turn later to happen. Pea Ridge, I haven't, there has not been the big fight out, or actually, no, there has been the big fight. Again, I'm confusing the other game that I'm playing. No, there hasn't been the big fight out here in Arkansas yet, and that is where Pea Ridge happened. Roanoke Island, I haven't done it. I haven't been able to capture Roanoke, do any amphibious. I didn't have an amphibious car. I wanted to do some amphibious operations last term, but it didn't happen. So, Battles of the 7 Days. I think that's following the Peninsular Campaign. That's all happening there, and then some action in Bull Run and Antietam, which is north. Again, this is kind of where we're at. We're kind of where we're at historically. So I'm playing out the historical game, but we're going to start with our reinforcements. And let me get up here and get to the sequence of play that we can use. I'm going to try to follow this a little bit better. Make sure, I know I jumped ahead on a couple of things last time. All right, we got to place 6 reinforcements. We're going to drop 3 in Baltimore, 3 in Washington. We're going to drop 3 in Cincinnati. We're going to drop 3 down here in Cairo. And then we have 2 that we're going to place in... So that's going to bring that up to 3. Oh yeah, let me just replace those. Well, I tell you what, I may move those guys. All right, I get to place or upgrade 1 fort for free. Now before over here, I think I've gotten the fort in Washington. Yes, that is an F3. All right, so now where do I want to place a fort? I think what I'm going to do... Oh, goodness. Wow, where am I going to place this fort at? I cannot place it here in Fayetteville. I could put it here in Bowling Green. I think I'll do that. All right. Draw 2 special action cards. So we're going to draw our cards. I need an any or a naval. East and a naval. There we go. 3 string points. We can do our invasion, probably Florida or Louisiana. So that's where we're going to happen on that. Now, place any available Union naval reinforcements. Nope, I think they are all on the board. But we do get to bring this from the naval pool over and bring it back to Cairo. All right. So that is the Union reinforcement segment. Now we get to... add a upgrade 1 resource hex by 1 BP. So we get to roll 2 dice to see what state those are going in, or that's going in. We have an 8. It's going into Georgia. In case you can't, again, this chart here is the random states table, so 8 is Georgia. So we're going to go over here. All right, oh, there's my arsenal. I'll just clone that. And we'll put that in Milledgeville. All right, determine the number of string points a Confederate player receives using this formula. Now, I didn't do that little chart that I need to bring over, but I know, let me see if I can do this over here. Pop that open. And we're at 5, 7, and 8. So what we'll do is add that on there. 5, 7, and 8. So 8, 9, and 11. 8, 9, and 11. 10, 20, 30. So Again, we're in 1862. So we get to 30 plus. We have 93 build points. And that's 123 minus, again, someone mentioned about me not subtracting 10 for maintenance. So that's basically going to allow for 11 reinforcements. Again, let's come back over here, make sure I didn't miss anything. Whoops. Wrong one. I need the sequence of play up. Okay, yeah. Resource hexes plus arsenals plus border strait. We don't have any for that. And the blockading dice that I mentioned minus maintenance. And then every 10. So that's going to be 11. So that's going to be... I thought I had cloned and left out. Yeah, there we go. Oops. We are going to copy that. So that's going to be all right. That's for the east. Wow, that's for the west. And then we get one. It drops in Arkansas Post. All right. So we've done that. Draw 2 special action cards. See. Any and West. Okay, well, that's good. And then any available Confederate naval reinforcements. All right, so this is when we do, we roll let's see, 1d6. So let's get that off of there. A 5, that's a river flotilla, and it's going to go... It's going to go in 6, which is going to be North Carolina river flotilla. That's going to help. We'll place that in, let's see, North Carolina. Yeah, actually, we'll place that in Hatteras Inlet. I think there's a port there. There is. All right. So that's that. Actually, no, I'm going to place it here in Wilmington. We'll put that right next there. Okay. Now we return displaced units. There's none for the Union. And, yes. Pemberton and West Virginia. Oh, actually, West Virginia is going to... We lost West Virginia. But we do get Pemberton. He's an army commander. Where does he... It doesn't say... Let's see. Flip him over. Yeah, Pemberton goes in the east. So let's take a look at where we could possibly put Pemberton. We need, I guess we can put him, for the moment, we could, I will probably send him out west. He's a 3-star general. That's as high as Longstreet's gonna go. Does Bragg? Bragg becomes he gets promoted. Well, we'll just leave him in the Army of Northern Virginia. Yeah, whoops. All right. So that is the displaced units and place militia. Now strategic movement. All right. So we are going to add 3 to the Army of the Potomac. That is going to bring us to up to 10. Actually, what I may do is send what I have in Baltimore, because I've got enough. This turn, I've got enough in the Chesapeake. I can probably wait. So that's going to give us up. That's going to get us to 13. And I have Siegel. So I need to add another general over to that to get up to 3. All right, so that is the amount going there. Now, I need these 3 to go down to the Army of the Cumberland. Let's see. Hold on for a second. Had a phone call here. I needed to send a message. So I'm going to send those 3 to the Army of the Cumberland. That is going to get us to 6, 12, 14. So I'm going to get rid of those counters. And then Halleck is at 3. Yes, I'm going to send the 2 guys in St. Louis. And the 3 that are there, they're going to go to Halleck. So that's going to get us to 8. And I certainly feel a lot more comfortable about that. Delete that. And drop that 6 there. All right. Okay. So that is my strategic movement, other than I get to do, okay, I'll do I can do river movement, but I don't think I have any forces to send by river anywhere. No, I don't. Ocean. So let me get to that in a second. I'm going to get I am going to beef up Porter. 1, 2, 3 here. I'm going to send 1, and they're going to help Grant. And then I'm going to send actually Porter. I just need 2. And Porter's going to go down here. Okay. Now what I could do, if I wanted to, I could kind of take out, I could attack this port here. I think it's on that side of the river. It would be a 0 on the 0 chart with no addition. Yeah, I'm gonna need these guys. So we're gonna stop there, and I know I'm gonna have to do a combat there. All right. Now, over here. Now I got to decide: do I want to launch my attack into Florida first, or Atchafalaya Bay? As we talked about last time, right at the end of the last episode, kind of my strategy for the North, I'm going to use the Army of the Southwest to take Arkansas. This amphibious landing, we're going to move against Texas, take Texas, and then cross over, come up here, capture Marshall, Shreveport, come down here, and start moving on Alexandria, kind of an odd way, or we might move up here and kind of maybe do it opposite. We'll see. Or maybe just kind of beef up I don't know, we'll make a decision. But this whole Louisiana and Texas thing will be dealt with this force. It's going to be 6 strength points. They'll be landing here. Then this force is going to, Army of the Tennessee and Thomas are going to come down here and attack Memphis. Grant is going to move south here along and move up here towards where's it at? Where's Chattanooga? Where is Chattanooga? Oh, right here. Come down here, kind of take some of the southern route up through Tennessee and get ready and then kind of move up here to Lynchburg. The Army of the Cumberland is going to come down through Nashville and work on Alabama, and then Georgia, and then South Carolina. And Grant may, take on North Carolina. Again, with our movement and what we're trying to do. So, with that being said, I'm going to play that any card, or the naval card, rather. And it allows for an amphibious operation with 3 strength points. Now I've got basically the fleet. These guys will go back over here. This is going to get Banks and his command, and they are going to land. Oops. Farragut. 1. Oh my goodness sake, sorry about this. Okay. All right. Oh, these snap points are just driving me crazy. I love them, but... Ugh. All right. So there is my amphibious attack. All right. So we'll be doing... Oh, actually, I cannot... That's not strategic movement. I've already made an error. Jeez. That is not strategic movement. I can only move those... Well, I'll leave them there. I can only move forces to a friendly port. Okay. So disregard all of what I just did. Now the Confederate... oh, I never placed the East. Or the South. The West or the... I got so excited, I didn't place the... Oh, now it's the Confederate. I never placed them. Oh, gosh. Okay. Again, follow... How do I not follow the stinking procedure? I have no idea. All right, so we're going to need to put two guys in Nashville with the Army of Tennessee. That's Nashville, Tennessee. And then I have two that are going to go into Memphis. Yeah. That's going to get that up to 7. Okay, so, and then 1 is going to go, actually, now that I know, I mean, that is open. They are going to go down here to Atchafalaya Bay. You know what I could do? Let me randomly roll for, let's see, any of the major stuff. I think, yeah, those are the last 2 major boxes. There's a +1 here. I'm going to roll 1 to 3 will be Atchafalaya Bay, and 4 to 6 is going to be over near Florida. That would be only fair. We need to randomize that. Okay, so it is over in Florida. We will put, I guess, this guy in this fort here. Right. Yeah, we got a guy in Jacksonville, so we're building that. Actually, that's in the east. This is a wet. Gosh, I need to remember what is going on. Then that is going into. That is going into Atchafalaya Bay. Because that is a west reinforcement. Now I can go over here. Now this guy can go... Yeah, he's going to go into this fort to defend the salt hex here and that landing there. We've got a fortification on Ship Island. And now we have 2... Actually... We have the maximum amount of people in the Army of Northern Virginia. And so do we... Yeah, we need to reinforce... Yeah, we need to reinforce Jackson. So we're going to do that. All right, strategic movement now. All right, Jackson and Beauregard have 1. And we're going to need to send 2, 4, and that's 5. Man, I'm just... I'm sorry about the ridiculous ridiculousness by which I play here. That's there. And then what do I have in Richmond? I've got Magruder, and I've got 3 guys there. Okay. All right, so that is strategic movement for the South. Okay. Now the leader management phase. So let's go over here and bring our guys out. Hooker is going to go in the east. Sherman is going to go in the west. And another cavalry guy. But we remove Halleck. Halleck is over, he's in the Army of the Tennessee. And we promote Grant. Halleck gets removed. Oh. And we promote Grant, who is up here, who is now, oh, actually, he is out in the open. And now he can have up to 18 forces or strength points. Then Hooker goes in the east. And he has attack and defensive value. I think we're going to place that Hooker with that guy. Yeah, 114. 114 is over that. Burnside and... Okay. And then... Now we got to move... Oh, Sherman and out to the west. And what we may do with Butler, what the Army of the Tennessee is in the west, that gives him and then Stanley there we go. And now we can do transfers. I think I'm happy with all my commanders. All right, so let's do the Confederate. We remove Albert Sidney Johnston. Oh, he's down here. He's our first guy that we have brought out, first Confederate general. And it looks like we promote Bragg. So he is already in the Army of the Tennessee with Hardee. And we take Taylor. Forrest goes into the west. And I think we're going to put him with the Army of the Tennessee. God, I need to get Pemberton out. I need to get him out to the Mississippi, but that's going to require me. Oh. I think we'll put Taylor here. All right. So that is, I cannot transfer a, now we do leader move management phase, rearrange their generals. Unfortunately, I cannot move this 3-star, the Army of the Northern Virginia. What I might do, I gotta need to get him out to, gosh, I can send him, I have to activate him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 1, 2, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, gosh, I got to go down here. We're talking 5 activations to get a 3-star general out to Memphis. Gosh, I don't know how he wound up. I can't remember about how Pemberton wound up. I put him in the Army of Northern Virginia, and it's a waste for him to be there. Man, we'll have to figure that out. All right, now we're at the action cycle. So hopefully, again, I'm sorry I messed that up. I need to pay a little bit more attention as usual. Thought I was doing good, but I didn't. So let's see who gets the initiative. It's going to be, another low activation thing. We have 2. So that means I get a free one. First action cycle, Confederate, get to go first. And it's 2 dice differential. Sorry about the clock. All right, so let's see what we're going to do. We have a any card and a West card. So I think one of my activations is going to be Morgan. And he has 1 strength point. He's in Pulaski. Now what I could do, I could just cut off his supply. I could attack him directly, but he's on the other side of this river. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. Golly. 1, 2, 3, 4 to get over the river. 5, 6, and then 7, and that would be to the end of the turn. But it would force Stoneman to circle back to where he has supply. Or I could attack him directly. Now I do have that other cavalry unit. Man, Grant's got 6. I could let him loose. What to do. Wow. This is confusing. That's for sure. I could attack Stoneman, or I could hit his supply. Actually, if I enter, I forgot. I don't have to spend a movement point because it's in the south. I just have to land on it. So yeah, we're going to activate Morgan here. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to delete that. And then 5. It's going to move him into Corinth. Yeah. 6 and 7. And we get 1 resource BP back. That's pretty good. There's that one. That's that action. Now I'm going to send out. We have the Army of Tennessee with 11, and his Army of the Cumberland has 12, 14. So I'm going to send out. I need to get him out. Flip and flip. Whoops. So we have Nathan Bedford Forrest. And they are going to come out of Nashville. And I think what I'm going to do here, I'm going to send him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'm going to have Forrest come over here and start creating havoc, and that's going to force next turn. I have to create another army up here. So that's my second. And now, I could use that for I know I get 1 strength point that I can maneuver around. The other thing here is I got Taylor with 1 strength point. Actually, Jackson and Beauregard have 5 now. And Burnside has 5. Well, and I think I have an any card. Yeah, we are going to 1, 2, 3, and we're going to attack into Burnside. So, and that is a clear hex. And I believe I have a East card, or yeah, any card. So that's going to give us an additional +2. So let's get the combat table. And we're dealing with 5 and 5. So that's 1 leader. So let's go ahead and roll. Oh, a 2 and a 6. So a 1. So it's a 7 on a 6, which is a 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. Oh. 5 plus 2 is 7 also. Oh, it's a 2 and a 2, and neither lost. Wow. All right. Well, so that's going to give each 3. Two plus... Wait a minute. I did this wrong again. It's only one commander. That was Jackson. That's 2 plus 2 is 4. So I got a 6. I may have lost that battle. A 6 on... That's a 1 star and a 2. Yeah, I did. The Union get 1 more back. Golly. And they... That gives them 4. Oh, wait a minute. I think I've got... That's a 4. And I lost 2. I get a demoralized marker. And I've got a retreat 2. And we put this in the card deck and shuffle it. Ah! So that is my last one. Now the Union gets to go. All right. Well, we are currently out of supply here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But that doesn't convert because it's I didn't have enough. I didn't have 1 more movement point. So that is that's my free activation that I get. Now I get my other 2. I think, as I stated, I am going to Army of the Tennessee. I think we don't have Halleck anymore. We have Butler. He is... So do I want to attack, or do I just want to send Grant? With his force of 6. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. And 6. All right, that is 1. And the other, I have Thomas with 5. We're going to send Thomas 1, and we're going to attack Morgan. Do I want to use a card? I just have an East card. Oh, and I need to remember... shoot. I still have that any card, or that naval card I need to use. Probably use that next activation. Yeah, I'm going to attack 5 and a 1. A 2 plus 1 is 3. So 3 on the 5 and defensive 1. So that's 3 and 2 on the 1 chart. So three on the 5 is going to be a 1, and on the 1 chart a 2, which is a diamond. So that is, oh yeah, Morgan was going to go ahead and I guess I could. Let me try to. I roll 2 dice and I get an additional. See if he can evade. Although I rolled, but I didn't think about. Yeah, he didn't make it because I get 1. You have to roll a 9 or above to evade. So yes, so he loses his 1, and Morgan goes to the west displaced unit box. And so that was 1 movement point, or 1. We are going to clone that. That's 2. Oh, that'll pretty much end that there. Okay. And so that is my final activation. All right, now. Oh, yeah, okay, so that's that. Now we got to roll for initiative again. Well, let's move to the second action cycle. I know I'm driving everybody crazy. If anybody's, I know a couple people are watching this all the way through. I'm very, very sorry. Oh, another 2. The Confederates get it again. Flip and 2. All right. Well, we are going to activate Forrest. And he can do some damage out here. So 1. Whoops. That's 1. He's on that space. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, and this is in Kentucky. So we're actually gonna. I need to take off this one, or actually move this down to Glasgow. Yeah, that's where we're at now. Sure, I could. I'll go up here and take Nash, or what is this called? Louisville. Okay. That's an obvious fix. So he is out of command. But that's 1. My second action is going to. I lost my. Oof. Let me take a look at what I have in the Army of the Tennessee. I don't want to weaken it much more. The Army of the Cumberland has 6, 12, 14. And I have 10. The Army of Northern Virginia. Oh, yeah. We're going to do that. So I'm going to take this 6 and flip it over. 5, and then clone that. And send Stuart out on his mission. And Stuart, I'm going to activate him. And he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's a BP. Five, 6. And then we're going to land on there. That's the second activation. That is going to then allow me to go to the union. We are going to deal with this supply issue here with Forest. And to do that, we're going to send out a force from the Army of the Cumberland. We're going to flip that. And I think we're going to send, we'll send Pope out. That'll give us one extra thing. So 1, 2. 1, 2, and I think we'll leave him there. And then I'm going to take a block. Again, a nice thing about and I'm going to put that on next to Forest to show. So at the end of the turn, if he hasn't remedied his supply situation, which I think he can easily do, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's see. I need to be able to connect 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, where can he go? He is 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got to come back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that'll be, I have to use an activation to reestablish supply. But that is going to be, I'm going to call it a out of supply. We'll just mark that up. Whoops. And so that is that little marker for that. Okay. So that is my first union activation. My second is going to be to activate Stoneman. He's gonna go recapture what he already did. Whoops. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 and 6. And that is the second activation. So now we go to the third action cycle. This was my problem last time. Oh, I'm going to use my any card, or my any card that I had for naval. And now we are going to take Farragut and Banks, and we're going to transport them now. Well, now that, actually, I still think that, I think we're going to move over here to, Galveston. And we have a 0 with the with a +1 modifier. Okay. And Banks has his 3. So first we have to have a naval battle. Farragut has 1, I think 5. 1, 2, 3. He's got 4, 5. He has a +1 and a 0 and +1. So I think that's 2. I think that's the easy thing to figure out. 2 on a 0 it makes it a 3. It makes it a diamond. And I have 5 with a +1. And I rolled a... on the 5 strength point, I rolled a 5. Yeah, that's easily... That is displaced in the Trans-Mississippi. That is going to... now we just... now we do an amphibious landing. Of course, there's no strength in there. I get a +1 DRM because I have naval support and a +1 with Farragut. So it's going to be a +2, but really it's just a Confederate roll on the 0 chart. And it's a 3, and that is a diamond. So nothing, they'd have to roll a 6. Banks lands. And we're going to do a couple of things here. We've taken that port. Banks has landed. The Navy is out here in the Gulf with Farragut. Whoops, no. And that reduces the Gulf by 1. It's going to drop that down to 7. And it's going to take away resource BP. All right. There we go. That was my last thing. So now we roll. We're in the third initiative cycle. Another 2. My goodness. I gotta do something about this roller. And it's going to be, again, Confederate initiative. So what we talked about last is we're in this potential situation here. Forrest. And I'm going to activate him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 and 7. And that's going to... Forest is going to be back in supply now. So I'm going to move that out of supply marker up there. So that's 1. Or actually, that's a free one. Now, over here. Now that we're up here, Stuart. Well, he's going to keep moving. I'm going to activate Stuart. 1 movement point. 2, 3. 4, 5, and then 6, 7. And I remember this is Stewart getting his name all in the papers from Gettysburg. But that gives me 2 victory points for creating terror in the North, which means that I'm going to have to spend another turn, with 6 movement points or 6 strength points to deal with Stewart. Rosecrans has 3. He can actually go deal with them. So 1, 2. He can just come in here. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to take Harper's Ferry, and then he'll be out of supply. Okay. So that is an action point, or a movement point, rather. Again, I don't think I have any other cavalry. No, I don't. Until I get that other guy back. So now, I think I'm going to take off this demoralized marker for my second. Well, you know what? I think I'll leave it on there. And I need to get an extra strength point, so I'm going to move to 5. Excuse me. And that's going to be it for the Confederates. Now the Union. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could come over and threaten with Pope. I think what he's going to do is he's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And erase what Bedford Forest has done. So that's my freebie. Grant, however, he is going with his 6. I'm going to activate him. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5. He's going for Chattanooga. And the question is, do I want to deplete? Maybe I want to send Forrest back over here and take that. But Stoneman is coming along here. And he is doing that. So that's 1. And I think that's what Stoneman's going to do. Stoneman and his 1. So, okay. 1, 2. Oh. 1, 2, 3. And that reduces that down to, whoops, don't know what happened there. 4, 5, and 6. Huntsville. So now that gives 2, as I move along here, it's going to give 2 paths of supply for Grant. Grant, I think I can start feeding forces down. And I could I could try with Grant just to, they have a fort in their home state. I'll have to look at those rules again, but I think, Grant capturing, but he could also cut off supply to Nashville. So that was Stoneman. So that is that. Now we're in 4. And I need to hurry up and finish here. Four activations. And again, the Confederates get this. This is an on to Richmond. So I'm going to have to, that's going to be easy to do with Rosecrans coming in here and taking Harper's Ferry. And moving, yeah, I think that will cut supply for Stuart. That's going to force him to come back. All right. So, first is going to be Stuart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So that's 1. My second is going to be man. Now I've got this down here. He's going to take all of these ports and Nacogdoches, come up to Marshall, cross over. He's going to take Alexandria, Opelousas, probably cross over. He could come up and snag Vicksburg, or yeah, I mean, there could be a number of things. So now I got to start dealing with this as a Confederate. So I think I'm going to take Taylor. 1, 2, start moving him down towards Alexandria to kind of thwart, Texas is, I'm just going to have to deal. I don't know. Let's start working on that. All right. And again, what is the Army of the Southwest has in it? 8. I can't attack them. That's going to come off at the end of this turn. I could go back at Burnside. I think I will. I'm going to go ahead and use an activation to take off that demoralized marker. And then activate Jackson. And we're going to have, do I have an east? I have a west card. Well, we're going to go after 1. Let's see, we're here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 into Burnside. That's going to be a 3 against 4. I don't have any other. Oh, 5 and 2. Yeah, Burnside just is the beast in this game. We have a 5 and a 2. So that makes that a 6 on a 4. That's going to be a 1 star. 2 plus 2 is 3 with a 4 is 1. So I lose another 1 and he loses 1. And I that's going to delete that. I'm going to flip that, and then I'm going to go right back to where I was at in Gordonsville. 1, actually, no. Yeah, I can go back here. On the other side of that little mountain. And then I get another, yes, another demoralized marker again. Jackson is not the good luck charm that he was in real history. It's becoming very difficult to dislodge Burnside. And he's attriting us, so that's going to be that one. That leaves me with one activation left. What am I going to do? Man, I do have a card here in the west. I could... God, I don't want to abandon Nashville. But it's looking more and more like I have to do something to break. But he's 1, 2, 3, 4. He is 4 spaces away. And if I abandon the fort, I mean, at least the fort, but I could leave one guy in the fort. That would give me a +2. And then they would at least be stopped. I can build another fort. Golly. The choices you have to make. But it give me a chance to defeat Grant's army. Then they're going to opt... Oh, I think that fort is completed. They're obviously going to... If I move out of here, they're going to take Nashville. And that's going to force me into... I mean, that's the abandonment of Tennessee, at least the western portion of Tennessee. But if I don't, Grant's going to keep moving on, take Chattanooga, Knoxville, capture
like Chattanooga.
No, capture capture Tennessee. Mercy sakes alive. And I'm sure next turn the Yankees are going to come down and attack Nashville. So I've got a chance to beat Grant. And then get me into... And I want... Because I would lose this arsenal point. I'd be losing 3 points. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. That's what I'm going to have to do. I hate to do that. So the Army of Tennessee, with its 9, is going to abandon the fort in Nashville. 1. Oh, man, that's 3 build points. Maybe they can hold. 1, 2, 3, and they're going to attack Grant, but we are in the west, so we get a card. And let me get my chart here. I have, and then I need my actual army. We'll set those guys down there. So we have 9. That's 2 leaders. That's a +2, +4. So we have a 9 +4. He has 6. He's 1 leader, so he has a +2. So I've got a +4. He's got a +2. And I get to use 2 dice, and he gets to use 1 dice. Oh, 6. That's 10. On the 9 chart, that's a 1 star, and he rolled a 1 on the 6 +2. It's going to be a 3, and that's a 1. We Took him down to 5. We lost 1 down to 3. Most importantly, though, Grant has to back up 1. He has to retreat back 2. That's going to put me there. I can put this back in the... And that is going to demoralize. They have to use an activation to demoralize Grant. And that card was well used. Outstanding. All right. So that is 1. That's I have 1 left. I think I'm going to activate... That'll give a 2 defense. I think we're going to put Forrest. Yeah, he's going to go into here. Into that. Well, no. I think we're going to reunite Forrest and the... Where's this one guy? Oh. I don't need that. Oh, he had, he was actually, London was converted. That's what that was. Okay. We'll get the fort put back there. And I think I'm going to regroup Forrest with, now that he is out and mobile, I'm going to put Forrest here, and I'll leave that 1 there next to him. All right. That leaves 1 activation. Now I could add 1 for training. Oh. We'll activate Taylor. And 1, 2, 3, and move him over here to closer there. All right. Very good. That is the last. Oh, now the Union gets to go. All right. They have 4 activations. So let's go up here. We're going to obviously... Oh, I forgot to get... Actually, I need to go back here and move these guys back. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to get Jeb Stewart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and move him back there. Okay, now, because I don't want him to be out of that. So now I think what I may do, I'm going to activate Rosecrans. 1, 2, 3, and yeah, we're going to move him. Wait a minute. 3. Okay, yeah, 4. That's going to take that strength or lower that BP. So that's 1. I do have a card in the east. Um, let's see. We have Burnside back down there. Oh, 2. Yeah, we're going to activate Banks. 1, 2, 3. And that is going to finish up his movement by taking Houston, which is going to give take another BP away. All right, so they're down to 91. So we're hitting them pretty hard. That is my second activation. 2 more to go. I think over here, let's do some, yeah, we're going to use 1 to take Grant out of that. We are kind of stuck. Oh. We have a card in the east. This is an opportunity, though, to take Nashville. Or I could shatter Jackson. I have a card. Choices. Take Nashville or take out Jackson. Yeah, because if I take out Nashville, that'll give 3 reduce it by 3, and then their reinforcements are going to be down. I'll get more reinforcements that can go with Rosecrans. Burnside could block Stewart. I could move Rosecrans down the valley, get this eliminated, then deal with this problem later. And then I'll save my east card. So yes, we are going to move the Army of the Cumberland is going to leave that fortification. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So we're dealing with 1. Let's see what the Army of the Cumberland has. 13. With let's just bring them over. I think this is pretty much this may be an overrun situation, but let's just play it out. 13. I get a roll. I could use up 3 leaders. I get 3 dice to the ones. I think it's just rolling. Well, we'll roll this anyway. He's got a +2. I got a +1. So 6, 8, 9. So that's a 10. That's going to give me. That's going to be a 1 star. He rolls a 5, which is a 7, and that's a 1. So I lose 1 guy. He loses his guy. And Nashville, that F1 is destroyed. I now, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I clone. I have control of Nashville. And that is a great way to end a turn, actually. very prodigious, efficient use of resources, but it was driven by the Confederates abandoning Nashville to protect the greater situation. And that's how you do it, because we outflanked him and we were going to put him out of supply. And then that loses for him, that loses 3. So 1, 2, 3, it's going to knock it down to 88. That's a heavy hit. A very, very heavy hit. All right. Oh, and he also loses 1 back of the victory points because he moved out of Harrisburg as well. Very good. All right, my friends, that is it. Again, if I made any, I did make some glaring errors. Hopefully I caught them, corrected them. But what we're looking at now in the strategic situation for turn 7, the second summer of 1862, we're doing pretty well. We captured Nashville. The Army of the Cumberland did very, very well in moving down from Bowling Green with most of their force intact. We have Pope over here that's going to clean this mess up, and I think it's going to stop any further incursions into Kentucky because we are, we're going to now focus on Chattanooga and Tennessee. I think that those days are over. Pretty soon we're going to need to get some more forces. I think we're going to start moving the 3 that'll be here. I don't think we need the entrenchment in St. Louis. We're going to get them down here. That's going to add 3, which I think will give us enough to attack. Kind of our goal will be to attack next turn and try to take Arkansas. We may send 2 down here. They've got, I'll have to look over. And then send 1 down to capture this and come down and start staging for the Battle of Memphis. Give 3 more guys to the Army of Tennessee. 3 more guys to the Army of the Cumberland, and really press the Army of Tennessee, the Confederate Army of Tennessee. Down here, yeah, we're going to start moving up and capturing these ports. Whoops. In my Texas Trans-Mississippi campaign, move up and attack Nacogdoches, Marshall, come over to Shreveport, and maybe take this guy on. We got 3 forces, and let's try to, we might come up. Who knows? We could come up to Camden and then, send 1 guy over to deal with him. Problem is he's got a 2 attack and a 1 defense modifier that makes Taylor pretty formidable. But yeah, we're done there. Now we do have 3 more forces that Hooker has. He's got 3 guys up here. Obviously, he can land in Galveston or try to take Atchafalaya Bay. And then I can move him to take Brasher City and move up and take our Alexandria. And then move down across the river, the Mississippi, and capture, and capture New Orleans and this fort down here. You can certainly do that with that. Then, so that's the west. In the east, this is starting to look pretty gloomy. We're going to need to plus up Jackson's force again to challenge Burnside. Man, I don't know. But we'll see. But thank you for tuning in. And we will continue the U.S. Civil War. Like, subscribe, share, and we will see you next time on the Evolution of Warfare channel.